Hello everyone, welcome to StudyOnion, and today we're going to be talking about latitude and longitude. Mainly, we're going to be talking about what latitude and longitude actually is, and some of the key latitudes of astronomical significance. Let's go! The Earth is an oblate spheroid, and it distorts when we flatten it out onto a map, which can make it difficult to see where different locations are precisely. We use imaginary lines which we draw onto a map to help us locate these places. This basically becomes a grid and helps us locate these specific places properly. Now, latitude is measured north or south of the equator. This has a latitude of 0 degrees and is quite an obvious choice for the 0 of latitude. Longitude is measured east or west of the prime meridian. Now, you might ask, what is the prime meridian? The prime meridian is the 0 point of longitude, and it passes through the Royal Observatory of Greenwich. Why Greenwich? Until 1884, seafarers used different meridians to define the 0 of longitude. But in that year, the International Meridian Conference decided that the meridian passing through the Observatory of Greenwich should be globally adapted as the 0 of longitude. The Earth's polar axis is tilted at 23.5 degrees to the vertical. This means that during the Earth's yearly orbit around the Sun, observers at different latitudes on the Earth's surface will see the Sun at different latitudes in the sky. On or close to March 31st and September 23rd, the Sun lies directly over the equator. These correspond to the spring and autumnal equinoxes. Midway between, on 21st of June and 21st of December, the Sun lies directly over the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. These dates correspond to the Northern Hemisphere's summer and winter solstices. Now, the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle represent the most northern at 66.5 degrees north and the most southern at 66.5 degrees latitudes from which the Sun can be seen to rise and set, weather permitting, on every single day of the year. So, let's have a look at a few example practice questions. Before the year 1884, there was no single defined point of latitude. Suggest why this caused issues for travellers. Now, this is a 3-mark question, which shows that there needs to be around 3 points being made in response to this question as an answer. Now, an example answer that I would have written is shown on the slide, and this is by no means the only answer that you could have written, but is a good example of what kind of things that you would need to write. So, without a defined 0 point, different travellers would use different 0 points of longitude, and so it would be difficult to communicate between different travellers using different maps, and the longitude would be unknown, leading to possible shipwreck. The marks for this question come from identifying around 3 consequences for why no defined point of latitude causes problems for travellers. When approaching this type of question, it's important to note the number of marks which are available and to give that many points in response to the question to score all of the marks that are available. Moving on, this question is more of a recall question. Why must the direction be specified when quoting latitude or longitude? Now, an example answer that I've written here is, without the direction being specified, there is only a number, so that could mean north, south, east, or west. If the value was higher than 90 degrees, it would have to be longitude, but otherwise there would be no method of identifying whether it was latitude or longitude. This means that if the value was given, for example, as 107 degrees, you could identify that this would mean longitude. However, this would still not give you an idea regarding the direction of the travel. This could mean 107 degrees west or 107 degrees east. Now, let's have a look at the final practice question. What are some of the differences between latitude and longitude? Latitude Now here I've just summarized some of the differences between latitude and longitude, and you would write this up in response to a question. This might be maybe a 4 or a 6 mark question. Latitudes are imaginary lines which are drawn from north to south, and they are all parallel to each other. The latitude can be up to 90 degrees, so you can have it up to 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south, which would be the latitudes of the North and South Pole. The zero of latitude is the equator, and they're not all uniform in length, and they do not all meet at the poles. For example, the equator doesn't touch the North and the South Poles at all. Now, in terms of longitude, longitude is imaginary lines which are drawn from the west to the east, and they are not parallel to each other. They all meet at the North and the South Poles. The longitude can be up to 180 degrees, so 180 degrees west or 180 degrees east. The zero of longitude is the prime meridian, and they are all uniform in length and meet at the poles. So, to summarise, latitude and longitude are angles subtended at the centre of the Earth by arcs on the Earth's circumference. Latitude is measured north or south of the equator, which has a latitude of 0 degrees. Longitude is measured east or west of the prime meridian, which has a longitude of 0 degrees. The maximum value for latitude is 90 degrees, and the maximum value for longitude is 180 degrees. The latitudes of astronomical significance are the Arctic Circle at 66.5 degrees north, the Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south, the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degrees north, and the Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south, the equator at 0 degrees, the North Pole at 90 degrees north, and the South Pole at 90 degrees south. Hopefully that helped you learn more about latitude, longitude, and the prime meridian. This now finishes off topic 1, Planet Earth, of the GCSE Astronomy course. See you guys next week for a new video. Bye guys!